Hi everyone, Barbara here. Welcome to my channel, The Mrs. Files, and this is pregnancy vlog number 3. I'm going to be talking about my birth plan. Let me start off by saying that I plan on having a natural birth at a birthing center. And what a birthing center is, as opposed to a home birth, as opposed to a hospital birth, a birthing center is kind of like a mix of both. In a birthing center, you don't have any choice as far as having drugs, like meaning epidural, and they encourage you to have a natural birth. And specifically, women that want a natural birth go to birthing centers. In my particular birthing centers, it looks like the inside of the birthing center looks like a house. You give birth in the bedroom in a comfortable setting, just like you would if you were at home. It's supposed to be like an at-home feeling. I will be giving birth in a not a bathtub, a birthing pool. It's just bigger than a bathtub, and it's softer and gives me just more room to do what I might need to do there. How a birthing center birth differs from a home birth is that at home, you're just at home. You give birth at home and the midwife comes and you have that comfort to be at home. In my state, my insurance doesn't cover that, so I decided to do the birthing center. And how a birthing center birth differs from the hospital is at the birthing center, I'm allowed to eat, walk around, pretty much do whatever I want to do, and they're there to just assist me. At the hospital, from what I've witnessed, is there can be a lot of intervention, unnecessary intervention possibly. They hook you up sometimes with an IV, or you already have an IV inside you just in case you need an intervention. They can do it quickly. They don't, in my particular birthing center, they don't give you any drugs like Pitocin or anything like that. Also at the hospital, they may provide you with an epidural. And a big reason why I didn't want to go to the hospital to have my birth is because I don't really like the hospital necessarily. And on top of that, it's my first child, so I don't know how it's gonna go, but I don't want to have an epidural. I want to see if I can do it on my own. Now, my particular birthing center happens to be 5 minutes away, literally, from a awesome hospital. So just in case something happens where an emergency is needed, then I can just go to the hospital and they'll take me right to the hospital. So the pros of being in a birthing center for me, or for someone like me that wants to have a natural birth, is that you don't have the option to not have a natural birth. As long as your pregnancy is a normal pregnancy and a low risk pregnancy, you don't have the option to have nothing but a natural birth, a natural vaginal birth, meaning no drugs. And also you get to walk around, you get to eat, and all these things I said earlier, and you get to have your family there, and it's pretty much your environment and what you want to do with it. The cons of that is, of course, if you have some kind of emergency, you'll have to get up and go, and you won't have all the intervention that's available, modern day intervention that's available to you right where you are, and you'll have to get up and leave. And that's the biggest con for me. Another con is if you just feel like you can't take it. As far as the epidural goes, you don't have the choice to have the epidural there. You will have to tell someone, I can't do this, or I don't want to do this, and I want to go to the hospital, and you'll still have to be transported to the hospital. Even if it's just for an epidural, they don't even have epidurals there. Another con is that they can't monitor the baby. They monitor the baby via, they can monitor the baby, it's via Doppler. But I don't think that you have anything hooked up like a baby monitor, like a heart rate monitor hooked up as you would in a hospital. Those are the cons for me that I can think of the top of my head. Pros of being in the hospital are all pretty much the opposite of the cons of being in the birthing center. Also, you have a team ready for you just in case something happens. Many doctors and technology is right there. Everything that you need is right there. That's the pros of being in the hospital. Just in case something happens that is necessary, that you need intervention for. Excuse me. But the cons for me personally are that I just feel like it's a sterile environment. I feel like I'm not sick, so why do I need to go to the doctor or go into the hospital? I'm not having major surgery or anything like that. I'm just having a baby. I'm doing something natural that I was meant to do. And unless my baby's suffering or unless something is happening that isn't supposed to happen, I don't need to be there. And I also feel personally that sometimes some interventions are taken that don't need to be taken. I don't want to be at risk of those things happening. Also, I don't want to cop out, and by that I mean, if I tell myself that I want to have a natural birth and epidural-free birth, and I go to the hospital, I know that it's gonna probably be so painful that I'm gonna ask for that epidural, and I'd rather just not have that option to have it. Those are just some of the cons for me. I just felt like me and my husband just felt like a birthing center would be the best choice for us, where a professional can be there, many professionals can be there and look over us, and we can have kind of the best of both worlds there at a birthing center. Like I said, I plan on giving birth in a birthing pool. It's easier, it's more comfortable for the mother, and the water is supposed to ease the pain, and as well as for the baby. When the baby comes out, it's not as shocking, and it's not such a traumatizing event for the baby and it kind of has a middle ground in between air and water before it just goes all the way into the air and is exposed to air and everything. So as far as after I have the baby, I plan on doing delayed cord clamping, which is just not cutting the cord right away when everything is said and done. It's just kind of waiting a little bit for the cord to stop pulsating or not vibrating, just pulsing, and letting the blood gradually go into the baby. I plan to breastfeed my baby only until my baby is able to take on real food. The reason for that is because I just believe that I have everything that he needs, and I'm hoping that that's what I'm able to do. To ease that process, I plan on encapsulating my placenta as well, which is when they dehydrate your placenta and crush it into powder and put in little capsules. So you take it like a vitamin every day after that. The benefits for that are that supposed to be that your milk is easier to come in. It's supposed to you're supposed to be less likely to have postpartum depression and have more energy, and all in that. It's basically it says that basically during my research I've learned that the placenta holds a lot of hormones, and when you give birth to the placenta as well, all the hormones go along with it, and your hormones just drop. Your hormone level just drops, and which can bring on postpartum depression, and some people have issues breastfeeding and such. Now, all this research is said to be inconclusive, but for me, don't look at it as anything negative. And if it might help me, why not? There's other ways that you can intake your placenta. Some people choose to cut bits and pieces of it. This is gonna be gross. Just letting you know. Some people used to cut some people can cut bits and pieces of it and put it in a smoothie and take it every day, or some specialists, there are specialists that do this, by the way, but some specialists put it in chocolate, so you eat a piece of chocolate every day, or make it into a tincture, which I'm not sure how a tincture would be used. But a tincture is pretty much, you can put it on your food, I know that. And or you can use it in your lotions or whatever it is that you use tinctures for. So like I said, there's certain specialists that you call when you want your placenta encapsulated, and that come over to your house and do the whole process in front of you over a number of 2 days, and then you just start taking it. So that's what I'm deciding to do. I figure, why not? If it helps, it helps. If it doesn't, then I'll know. Now, it's not gonna affect me so much. It doesn't affect me to take it if it doesn't work. You know, it doesn't hurt me to take it if it doesn't work. So anything that can help me and my baby and be the best mom I can be for my child, I'll try it. And a big reason why I do want to do this is because I have suffered from depression in the past, and I don't know how much that plays into having a child after the fact. And I don't know if you're more prone to depression after the fact, after having a baby. So, and I really don't want, I've been very much deeply depressed in the past, and I don't want to be that way with my child, and I don't want to take anything away from my child or any love away from my child because I'm dealing with my own stuff when I could be just dealing with him. And if there's a way that I can do that, I'll try to do it. So this is basically my birth plan. And I hope it was helpful to you. Like I said, this is a plan. This is not, a lot of people will say, well, good luck with A, B, and C. And I wish myself luck too. Because like I said, I've never given birth before. I'm a first-time mother. And but these are just the things that I want to happen. Of course, I will not risk my baby's health just because I want certain things to happen. My baby's health comes first and foremost, and my baby's happiness comes first and foremost. And but these are the things that I would like to happen in a perfect world. And obviously these things do happen, and that's why birth centers are still, you know, in business and everything. So I just plan and read and do what I can do to prepare myself as much as possible, but the rest I just leave it up to God, you know. And I hope that everything goes the way that I want it to go. And I feel like in my mindset, I just envision what I want over and over and over again, and I am confident that it will happen. So yeah, so here, that's my birth plan. I had told you I was going to make a separate video, and here it is. And if you have any questions or any comments about it, please feel free and to ask in the comment box below. I really quick want to ask anybody that has gone through a natural birth or a birthing center what their experiences were like, and just to kind of see, like, you know, did everything that you think was going to happen even happen in the first place, you know, and what your experience was like. Just let me know in the boxes below. And thanks again for tuning into my channel, The Mrs. Files, and tuning into my pregnancy vlog about my birthing plan. You guys have a great day. Okay, bye.